Alright, y'all. So I have another one for you, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Look here. I think I'm starting to develop a third eye for movies because right before I pull up in the parking lot, I said, you know what? I have a feeling I'm not going to like this movie very much. The trailers look good. It looked like it could have been really fun entertainment, but something inside just said, this ain't going to be all that. And damn it if I wasn't right. This movie was very average at best, which is kind of a letdown because I did like the first Ant-Man. The original was such a surprise because Ant-Man, let's face it here, guys, is not a very popular character. You think of comic books, you think of Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Captain America, all those guys. Ant-Man is probably like the last on people's list, if that. So with the first one, I'm like, Ant-Man, okay. But I watched it and I was very entertained. I said, holy shit, this was good. I thought Paul Rudd did really good. So with this one, I'm like, all right, let's see where they go with this. I think in all fairness, I think if not for Infinity War and Black Panther being so damn good, I maybe enjoyed this a little bit more. But even without those, this shit was still very average. Now, first of all, the first one was really funny. I know I'm comparing the two, and I guess you probably shouldn't do that when it comes to sequels and the originals, but fuck it. I'm comparing the two of them. The first one was funny. A lot of the jokes landed. And this one, maybe about, I'll say 20% of the jokes landed. Out of the infinite jokes that were trying to be told, only about 20% of them worked. A lot of times they fell flat where you could hear crickets chirping in the audience. A couple of times you heard people chuckle. I even chuckled a couple of times, like it was real tongue-in-cheek, but nothing compared to the original. So with this Ant-Man and the Wasp, come to think of it, it should have been called The Wasp and Ant-Man because this is the Wasp's story. Played by Evangeline Lilly. Is how you say her name, Evangeline Lilly. Okay, she plays Hope Pym. Okay, she's the daughter of Hank Pym, the love interest of Scott Lang. Okay, the whole thing with this film is that she and her father think they have discovered a way to get her mother back because her mother got disappeared into that they said it so many times in the movie and I can't remember what the hell it's called, but that little vortex shit that they were in. Okay, the mother was sucked into that. And because Scott survived it in the first movie, they said, wait a minute, if Scott survived it, that means there's a chance we can get your mama back. So that's the story. So now they need Scott's help to make that happen. You know, Scott, he's on house arrest because of the shit that happened in Civil War. And he's about to be faced with probation as well, so he cannot leave the house. And they find him, they get him, and that's where the whole adventure unfolds. Scott Lang in this movie, and you know what, Paul Rudd did do a good job playing Scott Lang. I will give him that. He did a good job as always. Every time he plays Ant-Man, Scott Lang, I think he does really good. But he's a secondary character in his own movie. I don't know if this is SJW shit because I keep hearing about Disney and the SJW propaganda. Watching this and having that in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe? Could this be some SJW? Because it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Wasp is supposed to be like his partner. Now, okay, let's say not even a sidekick, but a partner. 50-50 type shit. This is all Wasp. Like, all the badass shit that's seen in this movie, all the kick-assery, all the badassery is all her. Ant-Man every now and then will do something, either comical or just be a bumbling idiot or just do something on accident to help save the day, whatever it may be. But he never has a moment in his own film where it's like a signature moment where, okay, Ant-Man did some shit in his movie. Nah, this is all Wasp. Scott Lang was there for comic relief and he was the sidekick and it's supposed to be his movie. Could this be SJW? I don't know. I would say probably maybe. I mean, just like in The Incredibles 2 where it was all about Elastigirl, this one is all about the Wasp. And you know what? I'm all for females kicking ass in movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound chauvinistic. But if it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp, let it be Ant-Man, alright? Let the Wasp do her thing too, but it's his movie. Now, if you want to flip it and call it The Wasp, cool. I would have been down for this. Even still, the movie wasn't all that. Like, to me, I was bored. I was not halfway as entertained as with the first movie. It was very boring. The villain, Ghost, okay. You know, I wasn't impressed. I mean, she looked cool. She did some cool things, but overall, I was like not impressed. They have a secondary villain called Sonny, and he was annoying. He really served no purpose, just to be another villain that's getting in the way of what Hank and his daughter and Scott are trying to do. I really didn't have a lot of love for this movie, but I will say a lot of the effects work. Like the last act, like that last scene where they're having that chase in the city. I thought certain parts of that was cool, even though the chase as a whole I thought was weak, just like the rest of this movie. But there was some stuff in that chase that worked, like when he turned into Giant Man and he was in the ocean with the boat and shit. I thought that was cool. You saw that in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. So certain things in this movie did look good. They looked good. But the execution to me didn't work. The jokes fell flat. The performances were pretty decent. It was cool to see Michael Douglas and Lawrence Fishburne interacting with each other. I thought that was cool to see two OGs, facing off. I thought that was pretty tight. Other than that, I really have nothing really good to say about this movie. I mean, the pacing was bad. It didn't keep my interest. I was looking at my phone. I know Marvel movies usually have two end credit scenes. I stayed for the mid end credit scene, and then I left after that because I just didn't want to see no more. I was done. Thank God for Movie Pass, where I didn't have to pay the full price to see this shit, because as Double Toasted would say, as Corey and your boy was saying, Double Toasted, this shit is a rental. Okay, so if I could translate Double Toasted's rental, I would say this shit is a C minus. I would give it a lower grade, but like I said, some things did look good. There were some entertaining parts of it. So in all fairness, I will give it a C minus. But as far as comic book superhero movies this year, yeah, man, this is dead last. Like, I put this behind Black Panther, Infinity War, Deadpool. I'm even gonna put it behind Aquaman and Venom, and I haven't even seen those movies yet. That's how much I really. It was below average, man, and I think Aquaman and Venom are at least gonna deliver somewhat. I'll watch this as part of a marathon. If I have to binge watch all the MCU movies, I'll pop this on again. But other than that, I don't see myself really watching this again. So that's my grade, y'all. C minus, very average, a little bit below average. I'm sorry anybody that had to pay full price to see it. I'm sorry. So that's my grade, y'all. So what did you think about Ant-Man and the Wasp? Or I should say The Wasp and Ant-Man. Comment below, comment freely. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.